Hey there, 71D Stand of 71D Stand DieCast Racing. We are back. We are into week number 9 of the CDHWL Season 2. Oh, what a week last week. The Leafs are not alone in first place anymore. Well, technically they are in first place because they have a better record than the Flames, but they both have 39 points. We're going to start out with the first game of this week. It's going to be the Leafs, the 6-2 Leafs, first place with 39 points versus the 4-4 Oil. 5 points, 28.5 points. Way down here, we have the starting gate all set up. We have the Leafs in lanes 1, 2, and 3. The Oil are in 4, 5, and 6.
Hot Wheels Racers, pick your lane.
All right, so once again, the Leafs are in 1, 2, and 3. 4, 5, and 6 are the Oil. Keep an eye on lane 1 and lane 5. Those are the usual winners. We are in race-off number 1. Who's going to have the power play? Here we go! Lane 1. Lando Calrissian for the Leafs gets the power play. The Oil are going to be short-handed to start out. And on the penalty stump for the Oil, they have dumped, as usual, duck and roll. All right, so the Leafs are on the power play. Oil short-handed. This is the first period of action. Let's see if the Leafs can rebuild some of their lead. Here we go! Well, lane number 1, that is a power play marker for the Leafs. And actually, look at that. Cars stopped by the traps actually stayed in their lanes. All the cars were in their lanes. First place was first crossing finish line, lane number 1. And that is the Lamborghini Cyan FKP 37. Power play marker for the Leafs. The Leafs are also going to get 2 more, or 0.5, 0.5, so another point. So that is a 2-point spread for the Leafs. The Oil, they blocked Lando. So that gives the Oil a half point. So it's 2 to a half point for the Leafs. All right, with the Leafs up 2 to a 0.5 score, they are going to sit out Lando Calrissian on the penalty stump this race. The Leafs are shorthanded with 2 points. On the power play, the Oil, they got a half point. They got to try and make up some ground here. So here we go. Second period action. Here we go. Well, lane 1 crossed. It is a power play marker. Now, once again, we went through the science of this. Although he's not across the finish line, technically he crossed. Because in order for this to be triggered, see the double line there, and we'll push that across. That has to cross over the double line to count as a victory. So, although he's on the wrong side of the track, he did come in first place. That's the Honda S2000. Came in first place for the Oil. Each team had a block, so that's half points each. So that is 1.5 points for the Oil, a half point for the Leafs. That puts the Leafs at 2.5 to 2. So we have ourselves another close match. Not good for the Leafs because the way the Flames have been scoring, but we'll have to see what happens with the Flames. The Leafs are winning 2.5 to 2. That half point is, oh, this could go either way, especially with the race-offs. Once again, we want to look at the Oil are in lanes 1, 2, and 3. Lane 3 is the Honda S2000. Leafs are in 4, 5, and 6. Lando Calrissian's in lane 6. Those are our 2 big race-off cars. So let's see what happens. Who's going to get the power play in the third period? Here we go! And it is lane 3. It is the Honda S2000. Takes the win. Flips on his lid to celebrate, almost like he scored a goal in the World Cup. So the Leafs are going to be short-handed. The Oil are going to be on the power play. Leafs have already sat out Lando Calrissian. So who are they going to sit out? I think it's going to be their goal scorer from the first period. The Lamborghini Cyan FKP 37 is going to sit out for the Leafs. And we'll get this third period underway with the Leafs shorthanded, the Oil on the power play. We go into the third period. The Leafs are up by a half point. It is 2.5 to 2. Oil on the power play. The Leafs are shorthanded. Once again, the Lamborghini Cyan FKP 37 is in on the stump. Here we go, third period action, and shorthanded marker, Lando Calrissian. Wow, what a finish. Landell Calrissian, lane number 4, shorthanded marker. Also, escaping the trap in lane number 2 and crossing in lane number 1 is the lightning bug. So that shorthanded marker for Lando is 2 points. Plus a half point for blocking the Corvette. The Leafs are winning this. There you have it, a final score. The Leafs win it 5-2 over the Oil. That's going to keep the oil pressure down low. All right, so we are going into the second game now. We have, once again, the 5-3 Flames versus the 5-3 Sens. It's second place versus third place. We have, in lanes number 1, 2, and 3 is the Flames. In lanes 4, 5, and 6 is the Sens. Race off to see who will have the power play. Here we go! Game 1. The Flames win the race off. They get the power play. The winner of the race was the 1970 Chevy Camaro RS. So they will have the power play. Going short-handed. Who are the Sens going to sit out? The Sens are starting out short-handed. They are sitting out the Honda Civic Custom. Sitting in the penalty stump for the first period. First period action underway. The Flames on the power play. The Sens are short-handed. Second place versus third place. Here we go! And that is a power play marker, lane 5. That was a race-off winner. That was the 1970 Chevy Camaro RS. As always, landing on his lid across the finish line. But there he is, the 70 Chevy Camaro RS is our power play winner. And they almost had a full block. Princess Peach jumped out of the lane 2, came across lane number 1. So it's a half point for each team. So that is 1.5 for the Flames and a half point for the Sens. Battle, so the Flames are not taking any chances here in the second period. They are going to sit out the 1969 Camaro convertible. Again, the Flames are shorthanded. They're up by 1 point. They are once again sitting out. You see way down there near the finish line, the 1969 Camaro convertible. Here we go, second period action. The Sens on the power play. Let's see if they can get some points back here. Here we go. And oh, they do. Oh, they do. And what a wreck there at the question marks. Let's get a closer look. The finish line first. Finishing in lane number 5 with the victory. Princess Peach on the power play. Let's look at the carnage up here, though. Superman and the Lotus Sport Elise got into it at the question marks. They didn't even make it down to the traps, but they were trapped either way. So 1 point for the win. Maximum points because both of the Flames were blocked, so that is 2 points for the Sens and a half point for the Flames. All right, we are going into the race-off for the third period. The Flames have 2. And the Sens have 2.5. Ooh, this is a close one. So the Sens are in lanes 1, 2, and 3. The Flames are in 4, 5, and 6. Race off to see who gets the power play. Here we go! And it's a close one. Lane 4, Superman takes the win. Wow, that was a close one. So the Flames will have the power play. And the Sens shorthanded. Into the third period, the Flames are down by a half point. Can't sit the same car out twice, so the Sens are going to sit out their goal scorer from period 2, Princess Peach. So we move into the third period. Sens are up 2.5 to 2 on the Flames. Flames are on the power play. Anything can happen. Let's see what happens this period here. This third period, the final period of this matchup. Here we go. Lane 5. Chaos on the track. That is a power play marker. Absolute chaos, but once again, crossing in lane 5, getting his second win of the season. Oh, let's play that music again for him. It's the 1969 Camaro convertible. Gets the power play for the Flames. And, well, Superman fell off the track, and the Lotus Sport Elise got trapped in Superman's lane. That is a half point for each. We'll get the final score up in just a closely contested battle. The Flames pull off the victory, getting 3.5 points to 3 over the Sens. However, only scoring 3.5 points And the Leafs scoring 5 points last game. The Leafs own first place again. So we have the Habs in lanes 1, 2, and 3. 4, 5, and 6 are the Jets. Keep an eye on lanes 1 and lane 6. Those are the usual suspects for winning the races. Of course, lane 6, the empty Mario Kart. Let's see who's going to have the power play for the first period. Here we go! The empty cart lost. Lane 1, the Habs 67 Ford Mustang Coupe takes the victory and gets the Habs the power play. Jets are going to be shorthanded. Surprisingly, the Jets are going to start out the first period shorthanded, and they are going to sit out their Nissan Maxima drift car. He's had a rough go the last few weeks. He's had quite a few crashes. All right, so here we go. We are in the first period. The Habs on the power play. A rarity for the Jets to be shorthanded and start out the game, but here we go. First period action starting now, and here we go. And that was the Barbie Extra in lane number 1. Power play marker for the Habs. Barbie Extra celebrated by jumping out of the lane onto the towel. Barbie Extra gets the power play marker, and both of the Jets were blocked. So that is 2-0 for the Habs. They're up 2-0. They are sitting out the Volkswagen Sirocco GT24. Jets on the power play. They really need to do some scoring if they have any chance of going anywhere. They are down 2-0 to the Habs. The Habs are shorthanded. Jets on the power play. Second period action. Here we go. Oh, the Jets are just on a terrible trend. Lane number 2, that is the 67 Ford Mustang Coupe taking the victory. Barbie Extra on her lid. So both shorthanded markers, both shorthanded Habs, cross the finish line. And once again, the Jets are just in total disarray. Having all 3 cars stuck up there in the blocks there. That is maximum scoring for the Habs. 3.5 points in the second period for the Habs. Well, you would have thought the Jets, having the empty Mario Kart, they'd have sort of home track advantage on the Rainbow Road. No such story. 5.5 to nothing. So we got the race off here. Lanes 1, 2, and 3 are the Jets. 4, 5, and 6 are the Habs. We are doing the race off for the power play for the third period. Here we go! And the Jets win. That is the empty Mario Kart winning the race off. So the Jets will have the power play going into the third period. Period action about to get underway. The Habs have won the game already. It is 5.5 to nothing. They are sitting out the 67 Ford Mustang Coupe. Once again, you can't sit the same car out twice, and Barbie Extra is trying for the points total. He's way back in the standings, but a shorthanded marker here would be huge for Barbie for a chance in the individual total scoring. So, the Jets are on the power play, being shut out. Here we go! And Barbie gets the shorthanded marker. Oh, that was absolute carnage again. Lane 4, that was the Barbie Extra, getting the win. The VW crossed the finish line as well. I don't know, it's pad sportsmanship for the Jets. None of their cars crossed the finish line. They were completely shut out this game. Maximum scoring here for the Habs once again. The Habs being shorthanded. Got 3.5 points again here in the third period. But what I'm saying by bad pool, the Nissan Maxima drift car got a little angry and knocked the Hab off of the penalty stump. I don't know. I just don't know what to say for that one. That's just some ugly sportsmanship there. Back in a second with the scores. All right, we are going to do a review on what happened there. There may be some disciplinary actions happening against the Jets here. Let's look at the final score here. A complete shutout, a complete domination by the Habs. 9-0 over the Jets. Don't have the blocks totaled off there, but the Habs had 8 blocks. And the Jets, of course, scoring nothing. They didn't get a single block. Breaking news, we've just received footage. A Minion's pig and the bully goat? Okay, there's more investigation to come out of this. The bully goat is in collusion with the Nissan Maxima drift car to take out one of the Habs cars.
A few moments later.
A decision has been reached. In the case of the Nissan Maxima drift car, attacking the 67 Ford Mustang Coupe that was on the penalty stump. And the Nissan Maxima drift car is suspended for week 10. It doesn't really matter. The Jets are right out of the running for the playoffs, so it's not going to be a big concern. Might be an advantage for the team that's going to be facing them. Well, they can't go run with 2 cars because they're still going to need a 3rd car for when they have the power play. So replacing the Nissan Maxima drift car for week 10, since it's a numbered car, we have the Manga Tuner is taking the place. The Manga Tuner is joining the Jets for the final week, week 10. And here we have the updated standings through week 9 with 1 week to go. The Leafs basically look like they've made the playoffs. 7-2 with 44 points. Flames right behind them, 6-3 with 42.5 points. And the Habs, who were just in last place a few weeks ago, they are 4-5 and they have 39 points in 3rd place, the 3rd and final playoff spot. The Sens chasing them behind, 4.5 points behind the Habs. They're going to need to do some heavy scoring, and they probably will too because they're playing the Jets in the final week. The Oil are at 4-5 at 30.5 points, and the Jets, who had the major news on the Jets, where we have suspended the Nissan Maxima drift car for its actions against the Habs, the Hab car that was on the penalty stump. He is being replaced by the Manga Tuner. Let's move on to the top 10 cars with 1 week to go. It is a logjam at the top. We have the Lotus Sport Elise with 15 points. The 70 Chevy Camaro RS, 15 points. Trailing them and still within striking distance, the Leafs Lightning Bug and the Barbie Extra for the Habs both have 12 points. Yes, so there we go. Thanks a lot for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share. Tell all your friends. Be sure to come back and check out some of my other videos. And we will see you back here again. Week 10 of the CDHWL. 1 week to go before we hit the playoffs. And once again, the playoff setup will be number 1 team, automatic bye into the final. The semifinal will be team number 2 versus team number 3. Best 3 out of 5 series. Thanks a lot for watching.